Hi everyone, it's Tommy here. After I showed you my Nintendo DS games collection, I'm going to show you my 3DS games collection now. Before that, I'm going to show you something special. This is a Nintendo 3DS. That was the 25th anniversary of Zelda edition. I got that for Christmas back in 2011, which is the same year as the 3DS came out. That has two screens and a special joystick that is below the D-pad, the power, and it has a home button. This is the first handheld that uses 3D, and it has a home screen. So let's move on to my 3DS games collection, shall we? The first game I'm going to show you is the first 3DS game I have in my collection. It's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. This is the 3DS version of the Nintendo 64 masterpiece of the same name. Here is the front, side, and the back. This is actually a classic masterpiece on the 3DS and a perfect game on the go. And I had a lot of great memories playing on that game on the 3DS and on the Nintendo 64 version. Well, I have the Nintendo 64 version of that game, while I have this version as well. It's still one of the best 3DS games ever made, and it's still a classic. The next game in my collection, Mario Kart 7, the best-selling 3DS game of all time, and also a pretty decent game. It has a good selection of stages, but has a bit of a weak selection of characters because it doesn't have Waluigi nor Bowser Jr. in it. At least it has Wario in it. And here's the front, the side, and the back. This is still a pretty fun game to play. Next up is another game that came out on the same year as Mario Kart 7, Super Mario 3D Land. Mario's first adventure on the 3DS, and also Mario's first 3D game on a handheld console since Super Mario 64 on the DS, also known as Super Mario 64 DS. That's the front, the side, and the back. Next up in my collection, Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition. This is the 3DS version of the Super Street Fighter 4 game on the PS3 and on Xbox 360. It's the front, side, and back. But this is actually plays the same as Super Street Fighter 4, but it has different features. Next up, Kid Icarus Uprising, the game where the Kid Icarus franchise comes back. I think this game is actually a lot of fun and still one of my favorite 3DS games of all time. This game has got some outstanding soundtrack, surreal humor with hilarious dialogue, and a great story. There's the front, the side, and the back. It's still a pretty fun game to play and still the best Kid Icarus game in my personal opinion. Next up, New Super Mario Bros. 2. This game came out in 2012, which is the same year as Kid Icarus Uprising, Soul Calibur 5, Mario Party 9, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. And this game was released 3 years after New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and on the same year as New Super Mario Bros. U. I really like the packaging, color of this game. It feels yellow rather than basic white. I really liked it how the game boxes comes in different colors, like when Game Boy cartridges come in different colors rather than just basic gray. Here's the front, side, and the back. Next up, The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. This is actually a successor to The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This is still a pretty fun game, and I brought this game on my holiday in Spain back in 2015, which is 10 years ago. Front, side, and the back. And it has a good story, and it was actually a classic game. Next up, Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. This game was released a year after Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, and this is actually one of the best Pokemon games I have in my personal opinion. That's the front, side, and the back. This is still a perfect game for us Pokemon fans, like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White, and Gold and Silver. In my eyes, that is. It has some great features, good story, and it has a ton of fun to play. Next up, the Super Smash Bros. Game that making its handheld debut. Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, the first ever Super Smash Bros. Game on a handheld console. There is the front, the side, and the back. This is the game you can play as Shulk from the Xenoblade Chronicles games on the Super Smash Bros. Game, which is kind of cool. And you can play as Charizard, Bowser Jr., and more characters and characters from classics from the first three Super Smash Bros. Games like Mario, Link, Yoshi, and Pikachu. Still a pretty fun game, but not as good as Super Smash Bros. Brawl nor Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Still fun. The last game in my collection is Pokemon Omega Ruby, the remake of the Game Boy Advance classic Pokemon Ruby. And the packaging looks good, and I really liked it. It was rad because it makes it more faithful to the Pokemon Omega Ruby game. Here is the front, the side, and the back. This is actually a remake. This is a classic game with features, new features, and has the same story but with a new storyline after you beat the main story in this game. This is actually one of the best games on the 3DS from the Pokemon franchise. Well, next year, 2026 marks the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. I hope you guys enjoyed my 3DS games collection. I mean, both the DS and 3DS are actually amazing consoles because it's filled with good memories and great times. So who else grew up with the 3DS? And what's your favourite 3DS game in your opinion? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time for more game collections. See you next time. As well as more fun. We'll see you next time.